You are listening to Time for Talkos. Time for Talkos, a ZTO TV podcast.
Everybody good? Everybody know what we're talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'd be like, aliens,
Nate's
origin.
like, yeah, sure I do.
I mean, like, I briefly read the text. It's like aliens, origins, spacecrafts, and,
Hey, Nate, are you using your phone?
yeah,
Can you turn your phone sideways?
like that.
There we go.
All right, let me push this back now. Hold up. All right.
Yeah, I had
there
to
we
do
go.
the same thing. I always forget.
I'm like,
Okay.
don't. It's not like I do this all the time, like, all right.
Right, yes, because we're all such professionals, right?
Right?
Yeah,
like,
so much professional.
now, if you have me do, like, live
Right.
paintings or something like that, like, I got that in spades, but I mean, like, yeah, this is, I was like, what witchery is this?
All right, everybody good? Everybody can hear everybody
That'll be
good? Everyone's
Yeah.
audio's good? Okay. You
Yeah,
guys ready to begin?
yeah.
Alrighty. Carrie, you ready?
I am ready.
What the hell is this shit?
Loads.
Oh, no, please. No.
And
For the love of God, Aaron, please stop.
my cum.
What is this?
And every time I try this, it tastes different. So today when I vape my cum, I'm going to tell you what it tastes like.
What?
What the fuck is
What?
this?
Tastes pretty good today.
I'm like, what?
I am speechless.
That's
I have no
disgusting.
response
I'm like-
to that.
You know,
Oh,
I'm
man.
like,
Oh.
I mean,
Good start,
mad
Aaron.
props
Good.
for being different. I'll give you that. Be like, I've never wanted to try that. So, bravo. But put that on a list not to do.
That's disturbing.
I mean, like, at some point you're like, this sounds like a good idea. I feel like maybe somebody should have, like, brainstormed that with you.
That's disgusting. All
So
right,
disgusting.
Jocelyn's trying to join us right now.
So disturbing.
Yeah, that.
It's like, I needed a future
And
therapy.
it sounds
girl.
like he's done it several times.
Yeah, it
as
sounds like this is
which
like.
makes it even more disgusting.
Like, I'm like, the fact that you're able to taste the difference is concerning. Like, okay.
Definitely means they've done it more than once.
More than once.
Ugh,
More than once. I'm hoping less than 10, but more than once.
dude, less than 10.
Maybe he went for the dirty dozen,
Like a baker's dozen?
Welcome to Time for Tacos! Special guest, or special show brought to you by ZTO. Woo! I don't know.
All right, everybody know each other here. Nate, this is Joshalynn. Joshalynn, this is Nate. Carrie, Jimmy, of course. And Aaron's the he's the voyeur in the corner there just watching us all.
He's the
That's
wizard
what's up.
behind the curtain.
He puts on weird videos that makes us sick. Like the last one you just happened to miss was a guy vaping cum, which is disgusting.
Oh, I completely started forgetting that. So
You
thank you
never
for
know what
bringing that
Aaron's
back.
gonna throw up on the screen either, so
I don't have that one in my book
prepared
yet.
for weird random shit.
Oh,
okay.
here we go.
Here
No.
we go.
Oh,
No, come on.
Oh.
no, I'm swiping away. Can I swipe away? I swiped away. I swiped away.
Unsee! Where's the unsee button?
I know, I swiped
Yeah.
away. Just swipe to the right. Just go. Just like, no. I already have I don't need more therapy bills. We're good. We're good. Some things you don't. Oh, now I see Carrie, Joshalynn, and Kenny. I don't see the other guy. I don't see Jimmy.
Tastes pretty good
Jimmy!
today.
I'm still here.
It's the usual.
Ken, can you
Alright,
hear me?
you can only go up to 4 screens displayed.
What is going on down there?
Ken, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
I see somebody do some makeup. That looks awesome.
Yeah, she's doing her makeup. She's doing the test run for this weekend because she has a photo shoot with me doing a little bit of witchy stuff. Isn't that
Nice.
Yes, we are very
Cool.
excited.
Nice.
That's the whole reason why I wanted you to get the bombs today, Jimmy.
Oh,
That's one of the reasons why I wanted you to get the bombs.
I'm excited.
What colors you got? What colors you getting?
green,
Yeah.
orange.
Well, we
Red,
blue,
white.
The red ones always
We're
turn
going
out good. I
blue
like
right
the
now,
red
right?
one.
Right now, she's drawing circles. I think she's gonna do a half moon on my forehead and stuff right now. Just playing.
Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty, well, everybody ready to begin?
Yes, sir.
Probing. Begin.
Okay, Carrie, you good?
I'm good.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of Time for Tacos. I'm Ken. I'm sitting here with my co-host.
Carrie. Hey, everybody.
And we're joined today by a few guests. We have Jimmy.
What's up?
We got Nate.
Whoa.
And one of our newer guests, Joshalynn. And we're going to be talking about some UFOs and aliens and the origin theories. And I know we missed it back in July, and we barely got to talk about the subject when we last touched it. Talking about the disclosure, talking about the announcement of, what was it, the Pentagon? The Pentagon announced the off-world vehicles and the idea that, hey, UFOs are actually out there, and they released some of these videos. And I know you went ahead and you did your research on this, Carrie. What did you end up finding?
Yes, there is an office of naval intelligence that has a unit called the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. It was presented in a Senate Intelligence Committee. This report says last month, but this is from July. So back in June. And there was government contractors there that described in this classified briefing the retrieval of vehicles that were not of this earth, is how they were described.
Were they crashed, or how'd they get them?
It doesn't really give any details
Were they
of
just
how
parked there?
everything was acquired.
Well, I got some
It
information
doesn't
leading
say,
up
but
to
it
exactly
says,
what that is.
They were, well, yeah, and I think not everything's been released yet.
No.
I think, this article kind of is a teaser, essentially, to say what they do have, that they do have something. They're not telling us any specifics on what it is, but there is a task force that exists within the Pentagon to retrieve these vehicles. There are people that have described the process of retrieving these vehicles, and there's a lot of high-ranking senators. Harry Reid is really a big proponent of the support for this unit, and that it does exist. And he believes that more information, he's pushing himself for more information to be released.
Well, let's go ahead and before we get into the whole the off-road vehicles, let's go a step behind that. Right before that, the DoD from the Pentagon released the UFO videos of disclosure. Here we go. Let's see what this is. There we go. Here's some of the videos that they released that was leaked a long time ago, and they just went ahead and they released them after declassifying them. This is one of those videos.
That's over California, right?
I don't know which one this one was. I know that Commander Fravor was a pilot that documented this, and he went over his experience with confronting one of these UFOs, the little Tic Tacs. And that'll be in another video coming up after this, I think. Here it is.
Yeah, they did an extensive interview with him as well.
Yeah, and it's fascinating. I mean,
networks.
Here we go. They're trying to catch it on their. There we go. So they captured this UFO, a Tic Tac, and it's just skimming across the top of the water. Just, it's not on radar, no nothing, and they have this Tic Tac UFO that they're capturing.
That's the one they interacted with for several hours, right?
Yeah, that's the one that they've seen groups of them popping off the coast of California in a fleet. every
Yeah.
couple weeks. They
Now, what do you
spot
mean
them.
interact? Did they just track it or just
Yeah, well,
actually
they
interact?
keep popping up. They keep popping up on the radar, and they went ahead and did a real world vector, which is any kind of military force that's in training will do exercises, of course, to keep their skills up. And then when it says real world vector, that's a tough one. It sends them off into an actual mission to go check out these UFOs, and that's what they did with a few of these flights or fleets or aircraft that they were commanding. Sent them out there. They got to see what was going on. They seen some of these UFOs hovering above the water, and they tried to communicate with them. Try to watch them from above. They got them on their film. But okay, so that was the Pentagon's DoD release. And not too long after that, in July, they went ahead and released the New York Times released an article talking about what was this? The off-world vehicles not made on this Earth, and that was brought to you by The Hill. This next one's come from The Hill. I want to go ahead and bring that up. New York Times article.
Some breaking and potentially explosive news today, which is that the UFOs Commission, basically within the Pentagon, will be giving some findings and reportings to the Senate Intelligence Committee. This unit is inside the Office of Naval Intelligence. Now, Senator Marco Rubio saying that it's important for the public in order to find out more. But the real bombshell here is actually an interview in the New York Times by a man named Eric Davis. He's an astrophysicist who worked on the subcontractor and a consultant for that program since 2007. Now, Mr. Davis had this to say. He now works for Aerospace Corporation. He said he gave a classified briefing to the Defense Department agency as recently as March about retrievals from, quote, off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. So, what? There you go.
That is crazy.
Classified
Right?
And that's actually the contractor that I was talking about in the beginning.
Services Committee on October 21st, 2019, and
in this bit that I've got.
Intelligence Committee 2 days later.
Because I found the New York Times post itself on the New York Times
What happened?
site.
There you go.
And again, like they talked about pretty much that. And also, so you got it? And they were talking about also, like, before all this, they were like saying that they were pretty much having a lot of debris found by crashed vehicles that was able to allow a lot of technology to be advanced. So it's kind of like makes you wonder, like, what at the time have we jumped forward to because of the stuff that they had found?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of technology that we had going from the 50s, the 60s, that all of a sudden we had a boom and all this new intelligence, our computers, our chipboards. What was it? What else we had? We also had fiber optics. We had fiber optics that came out of that.
I mean, like back in the day, like to have a 5 megabyte thing, you had to have like a giant like floppy disk, and now we can pretty much have that like a terabyte, the size of a flipping, fit fingernail.
No, what was it? We went to the moon with a technology less than a calculator. I mean, what the hell?
Right. And then I was saying that also on that New York Times article, they were talking about there was a program in 2007 that was reportedly, like disbanded, but yet there's also reports about spending still going towards said disbanded program since 2007 all the way to 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's like obviously, like from that, just at least from that point before, kind of indicates they've been having this for a while. I'm assuming like way back when Roswell was, like the hot topic of the day, to be honest.
Well, this isn't the first time this has happened. I mean, we've had crashed vehicles, we had reportings, we had documentation, we've had so much proof, evidence that we've been visited, that we've been watched, that we had some interaction with ever since the beginning of mankind. I mean, we had the Mayan culture, the Egyptian culture, we had Mesopotamian, we had of course the Bible, and before the Bible we had we had the Sumerians and the Mesopotamians, we had the Babylonians and Akkadians. We had all this culture that was derived with these stories of the deluge, or talking about visiting by angels, or the Nephilim, or have you not? I mean, we have all this, and
the Watchers, the Watchers, or the
There are
Grigori,
people.
Or ant people, yeah.
or the lizard people.
One more thing before we get going on to the discussion here. Bob Lazar was on Joe Rogan's show, and he was talking about some of these ancient vehicles. I mean, he said he was famous for going to S4. He's worked at Area 51, and said he worked on these crafts himself and tried to reverse engineer these crafts. And he says that some of the crafts that he had out of several, one of them came from an archaeological dig. And here in this video here is a little clip of him talking about the idea that they had this a UFO from an archaeological dig. Want to go ahead and bring that up, please?
Dig. So it's old. At least one of them is old. I don't know if it was the one I worked on, but I remember something to do with an archaeological dig.
Whoa.
So that means it's not just old, it's ancient.
That'd be a great Steven Spielberg movie.
But
yeah,
right?
As all of it would.
Yeah, that tripped me out when he said that for the first time.
Yeah.
But so I mean, he's worked on UFOs. I completely believe that. I completely believe that he worked at Area 51. That he had all this. He had all this experience, and he did all this. I believe it. I mean, it's kind of hard to discredit when he can give so much detail about what he was working on and coming out of it. I mean, some of the stuff he's working on now. Have you seen some of the stuff he's came out with himself? He's created like material that is, was it three or four times lighter than air, or heavier than air, but it's real light, and it doesn't burn until like 2,200 degrees, and it's a solid, and it's amazing, and it's nearly like see-through. You can see almost right through it. It's crazy weird. You have to look it up. But I want to get into belief here, because I know, Carrie, you believe, right?
Definitely.
Okay, and Jimmy, what's your viewpoint on the UFOs, aliens? Yeah. What about you, Nate?
Oh yeah, no, I believe in them definitely, because it's like either we're alone in the universe or we're not alone in the universe. But either way, like, the idea is terrifying, because that means that there's probably something out there that we've yet to understand. And I'm like, of course, about that, because there's a lot of things that prove that there is something out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, but what it is kind of like the fascinating part, and I kind of like that, like the unknown, like a cosmic horror.
Yeah. Well, what now, Joshalynn? I mean, I want to know your theory. What is your belief? Because this is interesting. I love to see where you sit in this.
I'm a bit of a skeptic. Do I believe there's a possibility? I mean, there's been several signs and a lot of documentation of it. So it's very intriguing to think that the possibility of it, yes. So it interests me, but like I said, I go back and forth with it, because I mean, you get convinced of a lot in the world today. So it's like, you need hard proof, and they do. I mean, they give that, but it's like I still kind of go back and forth with it. But it's very intriguing and it's very interesting.
All right. Well, we have videos and we have documentation, and we have, obviously the government's hiding something. What is it going to take for you to move from being a skeptic?
I mean, I guess I would have to look further. It's not something like we spoke earlier. It's not something that I have looked in depth into. So, I mean, maybe if I put a little foot forward and more depth with it, maybe, I would get brought deeper into it to believe more. Just all about the effort and the time and, dedication put into it, and how your interest in it is.
So have you never looked up and saw something really weird?
I mean, I have. I don't know. Until I actually, me and Ken talked about it, like, it never really intrigued me. Like, and then after a second, I'm like, well, maybe I should look further into it.
Okay. Well, has it ever been like fascinating? Have you ever heard like stories, or have you had any friends that seen UFOs, or?
Yeah, I'm not saying, yeah, I mean, I've seen the, the videos and stuff, but it's always comes back to, it always seems like it gets debunked or it was something other than. So, you see what I'm saying? So it's
military aircraft and airplane,
yeah,
somebody put up in the sky on purpose.
Other ways. Yeah. So it's not that my disbelief is that's not there. I'm just saying that there's proof on both sides that it doesn't exist, but it does exist. So it's that's all about documentation.
That's a good point.
Well, how about the idea of being alone? Was it more scary knowing that we're alone or not alone? Which is more scarier?
Never thought about it really.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say that.
I've seen this video. This is weird.
It's about
what is this?
Take a look at this viral video from La Junta in southeastern Colorado. All right, Vivian Gomez wrote on Facebook.
Is that Dobby from Harry Potter?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh my gosh, somebody gave him a pair of socks. That's so nice.
Harry Potter.
He's free. He's free.
Oh,
he's free.
He's free. Go, Dobby. Go.
My video's not playing. I can't see it.
And then, he just disappears. Like, boop, he's gone.
Seen by
Gone.
11 million
Gone.
people.
That's going to be the new
gone?
phrase right there.
And he's gone. Oh, Dobby, you got some socks. That's nice.
I don't even know. It's really hard for me to believe that kind of stuff. Really hard for me to believe that kind of stuff. I want to, but listen, it's gonna be like a dead body in front of me before I start believing anything like that.
Well, I think more of the question should be like, what does it mean to you to actually believe in it? Like, what would be like? Would you gain or lose anything from believing in it? Because it's like. I can say, based upon science, for instance, bumblebees should not be able to fly. Based upon physics, their wings to body mass says that they shouldn't be able to do it. But obviously, I see those things in the air all the time.
Right.
So, in that general aspect, if I can see something, I can't explain it per se. I'm like, but I know it's there. Does it change anything? Will I lose anything by believing in it, or do I gain anything? I don't know. But I feel like, does it matter if you can explain it or not? It's still there.
Right.
I guess. All right. Well, how about the idea of is the idea that aliens are something from outer space, or is it interdimensional? Is it something that we don't understand yet? Like how are they visiting, or are they actually here, but they're just time traveling? I mean, what's your idea on that?
Oh, there's so many ways if you want to go with those theories.
I know, right?
I mean, because it's
right.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Very, very broad.
That looks like something from flipping Lovecraft. Like some Cthulhu
from Men
thing.
in Black.
Like Men in Black,
Yeah.
Cthulhu,
Yeah.
Dagon.
That is just weird.
That looks like a flipping monster from Dagon.
I think they're already here.
I don't know. What was that? Anybody have an explanation for that?
It's an elder god. It looks like an elder god.
I have no idea. I keep getting Messenger pop-up on the corner of my screen. So.
But see, mine's gonna be on something like that. Have you ever I can't think of what it's called. Have you guys ever seen some of the grass or the weeds in Florida, on the ground?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah,
But
all
if
the
you
time.
touch it
No,
or
I've never seen
how it clams up like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that reminded me of. So I mean, is it just? You see what I'm? My statement.
Well,
like a sensitive plant.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Octopus. I mean, I know that octopus, they don't have the same kind of structure that we do here on Earth. They're one of the only creatures in Earth that don't match the kind of DNA that is here on Earth. I mean, if you do the research on that, octopus is an alien itself.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's something to dig into. And the idea that here's another good one to dive
they're
into.
Extremely smart.
Yeah. Here's another one to dive
and
into.
they can change colors and, I mean,
Who here
camouflage
has
themselves almost instantly.
Who here has typo negative blood?
I honestly have
I don't.
no idea.
I have AB
know
negative.
my type of blood.
I'm AB negative.
AB negative is actually very rare.
Well,
It's a
they're
very rare
saying
blood type.
I thought
they're saying
O-
that.
no,
Go ahead, Nate.
I was going to say, I heard O and then R. R is the rarest of the rare.
RH negative.
There you go. RH negative. Yeah. Like only like I think like point something percent of the population have that, and then it even sucks more because you can only have that blood.
Mm-hmm.
But other people can use it, but only you can have that one. I'm like, oh, that's great. Like, try not to bleed.
That might be. It might be opposite. You can have any.
Opposite? Oh, you can have any.
I think Rh negative can have any.
Okay.
Well, it's the Reese factor is named after the Reese monkey.
Yeah.
If you're a negative, you can only receive negative.
Correct.
But if you're positive, you can receive anything.
There you go. That might be it.
Though the whole idea of the type O negative blood is that it came from a very remote area in Northern Europe. And those people it doesn't come from the cradle of life down in Africa. It doesn't come around anywhere near the Middle East where we originated from or anything like that. You can't find it anywhere on Earth. And they can point it back to Northern Europe where all the type O negative blood came from, and it's spanning out. They're saying that type O negative is so distinct that people have to have inhibitors when they are, like Joshalynn. I mean, when you went through your pregnancy, did you have to take inhibitors if was like the child's father? I mean, was he a different type of blood type than you were? Did you have to take any kind of inhibitors to have your childbirth or anything?
No.
Well,
no.
The type O negative, it will attack anything that is other than its blood type. It will literally seek out and destroy the other blood cells and other blood type that is surrounding it, because it doesn't. There's a video on it.
I know what you're saying. I have heard this before.
It's very odd. I mean, it's one of those. Where did it come from? I mean, obviously it's not natural. It can't be natural, or else we wouldn't be able to breed.
Right. That's so strange.
I want to find that out. I'm gonna look this up real quick. But Joshalynn, I mean, when it comes to all this, I mean, when you're growing up, did you think it was all like baloney? Did you think it was like very childish to think that aliens are real or UFOs are just another culture thing? What made you?
Have to say it again. You're cutting out.
Oh no! This is horrible. So,
but not surprising. We always have technical difficulties.
Oh, man, I tell you what, this whole like last week, like every time. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, pants check. Who has pants on?
Me.
Everyone's got pants on this time.
Me. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Joshalyn's not here.
Joshalynn's not saying anything.
Not here, so. Uh-oh. She may not be paying attention to us at the moment.
Well,
maybe getting her more makeup put on.
My video keeps cutting in and out.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
I'm in a dead spot.
I like the little double line thing
there, Kenny. The video cut out.
Oh, you're good. Oh, I found that video. I'm going to send this real quick. Share it. Link. Aaron, I'm going to send you something. I want you to put this up real quick. It is fascinating. It's very it's intriguing nonetheless. But going back to the whole idea that we don't have pants on, Mike decided to trick us last time, and he got up.
Somebody don't have pants on?
Well, you didn't like respond to us, and everyone else was like, yeah, we got pants on, but you're like,
we're like, yeah.
I may or may not have pants on.
Okay. Well, the last time we had Mike come on.
Stand
Talko
up
came
like
on.
Mike did.
And he
stood
stood
up.
up.
Is somebody has to have no pants on. That's the rule,
Is that
right?
so? Well, then
Is that written down
Talko's rule?
He straight up stood up, no pants on, no underwear on, mooned us as he walked to the back of his room to close his closet, came back, and then went to the other room where Amber, his girlfriend, was, and like got on behind her, and she's sitting here like with her head trying to block like his crotch shot and every movement he's trying to do.
I did watch it. I seen it. That was quite comical. I loved it.
Stupid is what it was.
That
oh
dude
my god.
also shoved scissors up his nose. So I mean, are we surprised?
Safety videos.
No, shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, here's that the blood type video. It's talking about
is
the
mountain range.
the weird origins.
The people that occupy this isolated region.
Oh, it's from History Channel. Yes, of course. Is that guy with the crazy hair going to talk to me? I love
Oh
that.
yeah, of course. Why not?
I love him to talk to me. Giorgio's like, aliens, everything, aliens, yes.
In that part of the world. And the population also has the highest concentration of RH.
My whole ass screen is frozen.
I'm only getting like bits and pieces. This is all like population.
35% of Bass people have
35%
blood. And RH negative
blood
is one of the most unusual blood types. And it's the one blood type that is least likely to mutate or interact with other blood types.
Human blood types are grouped into 4 distinct designations that include O, A, B, and AB. Additionally, there is another variance between blood types known as the RH factor or rhesus factor, which is a measure of rhesus-based antigens in the blood. 85% of humans in the world are RH positive.
Like rhesus monkey?
Yeah, that's what they tested it on.
Or negative.
Oh.
But for the RH negative population, receiving RH positive blood may be fatal, as the body will try to destroy the foreign antigens. And for women that are negative, mating with an RH positive partner could be detrimental to the fetus.
The very fact that an RH negative mother, her body would actually try to kill an RH positive baby generates bizarre scenarios. How on earth could this happen? It suggests somewhere in our lineage that the RH negatives and the RH positives are perceived as being profoundly different. And also, studies of RH negatives suggest that they have lower than normal blood pressure, lower than normal pulse. In a number of cases, they have an extra vertebra in their back.
RH negative is very rare. Most of the world didn't have it until colonization started in the 15th century. RH negative didn't exist in the Americas, it didn't exist in Southern Africa, it didn't exist in Asia. It was only in Europe, so it spread out from there. Out of Africa, that theory has it that all human beings originated in Africa, Southern Africa, Sub-Sahara. They're all RH positive. They don't have any RH negative. Where did RH negative evolve then?
15% of the humans have RH negative blood. 15%. And scientists have no idea where it came from. What they do believe is that if you have that, you may have been evolved from a different kind of species on this planet. Now, was that species
Thank you.
altered, or was it just a natural formation of the planet in its evolutionary stage? Who knows? But the fact is that RH negative people, and again, there's 15% of them on this planet, may have come from outside sources.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you okay, Nate?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm fine. We're good.
I have never heard any of that. I had never heard of the mother's body attacking the baby. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's new to me too.
I remember that when my kids were born.
Not gonna lie, I didn't hear any of it. My video cut out.
Oh, you're good. We don't see you yet. we can hear you, but we don't just see you yet.
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
I didn't
Really?
see none of that video.
Oh no!
Where to go? Oh, I see Carrie. Oh, there's Ken.
All right. So I guess we all have our theories about the UFOs and aliens and where we're at now, and we can spend so much time going in depth about the origins of what we are and how we've evolved over the years, and how we think we've come as long as with help and technology, and maybe we've been visited in the past, and it kind of give us a little push ahead in our culture. But anyway, I mean, anybody else have anything else you want to add in before we jump off here and end for tonight, guys?
Well, if you look at the legends of all across the world, we've kind of touched on this a little bit, that they're all fairly consistent about people coming from the sky.
Yeah.
And creating, their civilization or guiding their civilization in some way, giving them the whatever technology they had at the time. And they're all consistent all over. Even the Native Americans have the Star People. So,
and the Mayans used to draw spaceships.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
Yeah.
And they're obvious. There's no like abstract, like, oh, this kind of looks like this. No, they're very, very clear as to what they're supposed to be.
Right. No, I know, like in the Bible and stuff, you have things called like the Nephilim and the chariots of fire, which pretty much would be descriptions nowadays of like UFOs or otherworldly things. And then like what I find fascinating is like, all right, example of the seraphim are described as like having 4 faces, various features, which comparative to like other alien descriptions would match perfectly. I'm not saying like little green men, but like you go with like Lovecraft, like cosmic horror, like very like what I would assume to be alien true forms, matches a lot of the stuff that you would see, like as Carrie was saying, like in mythology across all globe, is like they have some form of like otherworldly things coming down.
Yeah.
And showing knowledge, like even in Catholicism.
And none of them are in communication with each other either.
Right.
Over time.
Yeah.
Like because of like the span of exactly, like there was no connections during that time for them to be able to share, I think, that information. So
that's why when you look at pyramids as well.
Yeah, pyramids,
they all started,
Stonehenge, the way that they constructed Stonehenge, I'm like, how did you do this? Like,
and in some cases, where did the whole population even go?
Yeah.
Like the Mayans just disappeared.
Mayans disappeared. Mayans had like the gods, like Quetzalcoatl, like the flying lizard.
Yeah, the dragon,
the dragons, again, forms of flying lizards. Catholicism, you have like
it goes deep.
Yeah, it goes deep. So it's like I feel like somebody somewhere had seen these beings come down, and of course, based upon their culture, gave them their names and such. But I'm like, but the fact that they're having these beings to base something off of, I think is like something to go on.
Well, guys, Joshua, before we get out of here, let's see your makeup. Give us a little up close look at your makeup there. Come up to us.
You have video?
Well, hold on. Let me switch to your video.
Look at that.
But do you have
I can't see it.
I like it.
Wipe over, Carrie.
Go back.
Carrie can't see it.
Oh, I see her now. Okay.
That is fantastic.
That is awesome.
Now, do you have like an Instagram or something? Because I like that. No, for real, like, because
I'm pretty simple. I got a Facebook.
I was gonna say, because I'm just starting to do that now, like not the makeup, but like the body paint aspect. So I'm just always like to find other people doing similar things to kind of like see how they're doing it. Because I'm like, I need to learn how I'm doing things.
All right, guys, we got a few minutes left. Oh, what is it?
I was gonna say, actually, if you like the interested in the makeup stuff, the girl that's doing my makeup is Diana Bollinger, and she check out her, she's amazing. Ken, I sent you her picture of her skull that she did.
Yeah.
On her face. She is remarkable with her work. It's not me that did this; it's her.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. I mean, we can connect.
Yeah, I want to connect with that. I want to see that because I always love stuff like that because I'm fairly getting into it. I posted some stuff. I'm no expert, but I love to find other people's works, see how they're doing it.
You won't regret it. She's definitely very talented.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to close out here for tonight, and I want to thank you guys for joining us. Carrie, Nate, Jimmy. I mean, of course, you're going to be here almost every time, Carrie. What am I talking about? Nate, Jimmy, Joshalynn.
I know. What are you trying to tell me, man?
It's like you can't escape.
You're trying to tell me this is my last one?
You got to fix that camera angle.
Yeah, the angle is
yeah, not enough cleavage. Is that why I'm being ejected?
No.
I'm not nearly as pretty as your last co-host, but damn.
Oh, shut up. All right, here we go. Guys, I'm Ken.
And I'm
Oh my
Carrie.
God.
Thank you for joining us. Time for Tacos. Go ahead and get on Facebook, like us, follow us, and of course, share us. See you guys. Peace.